You know, I have to say it feels weird not wearing my jersey on a Sunday. Well, I should probably get used to it because after the Super Bowl, it's never going to happen until September. But yeah, in 1 week's time, we will be watching the Super Bowl. Well, actually, in 1 week's time exactly, I'll be right here. But later that day, I'll be watching the Super Bowl. In any case, good morning and happy Sunday, folks. Honestly, I would say my low is I went to bed way too late. Like, I went to bed ridiculously late for me. Honestly, I think it was like 2 something, and I need to be at church in less than an hour. Don't know how I'm going to get this video uploaded, but I'm darn sure going to try. My high would be literally everything else that happened, which I will be getting into later. And my act of kindness would be... Actually, I did post this on my Facebook, but when I realized I supported 3 local establishments to some capacity. That's awesome. So that's already a cool act of kindness. Actually, I should also mention, yesterday I got the sad news that a cousin of mine passed away. I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty as to how and why, but considering that, and the fact that I just had a car accident on Friday night, it's things like that that make me glad I'm still here. I try not to take that for granted. I'm definitely guilty of sort of taking that for granted, but I just want to take the time to say, I'm still here. And if you guys are watching and you've been showing support for a long time, thank you. Nothing's wrong with me, by the way. Nothing's physically wrong with me. I'm fine. Just wanted to bring that up. So, man, where do I even begin with this? Well, I guess I could start with the beginning. If you recall in yesterday's video, I said it was a National Eat Ice Cream for Breakfast Day. And that's exactly what I did. I went to a place in Horseheads by a ridge road called The Last Stand, which is actually the only place, them and Dippity Doodahs in Corning are the only 2 places that I know of that are actually ice cream parlors that serve ice cream year-round. Hot, cold, rain, shine, snow, sleet, hail, whatever. They will serve ice cream. And yesterday was National Eat Ice Cream for Breakfast Day, so I got myself ice cream for breakfast. But not just any ice cream for breakfast. They actually have a menu specifically tailored for National Eat Ice Cream for Breakfast Day. They had a Fruity Pebbles milkshake, French toast milkshake. They had a cinnamon toast breakfast sandwich, I believe. But what I got was their bacon and pancake sundae with caramel turtle ice cream, which I love caramel turtle. Caramel turtle is awesome. Anything ice cream that's caramel related, that is up my alley. That or any ice cream that has a vanilla base. Those are that's my wheelhouse for sure. Dude, I like chocolate. I like mint chocolate chip. I like, honestly, I don't think I've ever saw an ice cream I didn't like, if we're being honest. But, as its name would suggest, the bacon pancake sundae, where it was, they put hot pancakes at the bottom of the little bowl. It was actually more like one of those elongated dishes. They put the ice cream on top of the pancakes, put bacon, some whipped cream, sprinkled a little bit of cinnamon on it, as well as drizzle a little bit of maple syrup on it. It was so good. And honestly, if you're gonna have, if you're gonna have ice cream for breakfast on National Eat Ice Cream for Breakfast Day, have fun with it. Like, still have the pancakes and the bacon and sausage and whatever. Just as long as you have ice cream with what you're having, you're doing fine. Although it's funny, I actually saw a post yesterday where Eat Ice Cream for Breakfast Day is always the first Saturday of February. Obviously, yesterday was February 1st, which was a Saturday. Therefore, that's why National Ice Cream for Breakfast Day was yesterday. However, that leaves 51 more Saturdays where you could simply practice doing that to prepare for the real thing. I don't know if I'd ever go quite that far and have ice cream for breakfast, but definitely doing it on the actual holiday for it, yeah, I'll definitely do that. I know we tend to say that, we make holidays of everything. And to some degree, you're right. But if holidays can be like that, why would I complain? So again, shout out to The Last Stand. I actually wound up being the first customer of the day, which is crazy to me. But as I was eating my sundae, it got busier and busier, which is always a good thing, because that means that many people are supporting local, which I mentioned earlier. By the way, literally everything, the vast majority of everything great that happened yesterday involved me supporting local. So don't make fun of me. I couldn't think of a way to finish that. So later that day, actually that night, my dad and I went for a guys' night out. We went to a place in Horseheads called Giuseppe's, which is actually a really good Italian restaurant. And they actually had a Saturday night special menu. And my dad and I split an order of Clams Casino, which I actually never eaten Clams Casino before. But if Clams Casino tastes that good, I'll definitely get it again at some point. Because this was easily some of the best prepared clams I've ever eaten. Obviously, we got fresh bread, which, spoiler alert, I am totally that guy that will use my bread to soak up the salad dressing. I had salad too. And the pasta sauce, to essentially clean my plate with it. I am that guy. And I have no shame in that. Seriously, if you're not using your bread to soak up the sauce that's on your plate, then I don't want to be your friend. Speaking of sauce, man, I tell you what, every time I go to Giuseppe's, I keep thinking that I have a new go-to dish. But for the first time, I think I found one. Well, technically, I still eat. For reference, the first time I ever went to Giuseppe's, back in 2024, I had a gift card for $20, so I just went simple and got the fettuccine alfredo, which is the best fettuccine alfredo I've had since the Antique Inn. If you don't know, there used to be a place in Corning called Spencer's, and everyone in my family loved the fettuccine alfredo. This is at a time before I liked eating pasta. So when I liked eating pasta, I finally got the fettuccine alfredo, and the ratio was way too much sauce with not enough noodles. It was like eating fettuccine alfredo soup. But there's a reason for that. Because the last time I ever went to Spencer's, I actually went for broke and got the chicken and broccoli with the fettuccine alfredo. And it turns out that dish was designed where to get an even amount of sauce with everything else, you need to get the fettuccine with the chicken and broccoli. It wasn't until I got to Antique Inn in Penn Yan, shout out to the Antique Inn, that I feel they have a fettuccine alfredo that's literally the perfect ratio of 50-50 sauce and pasta. I mean, I love it. I swear by it. I get it every time. Although I will admit, it's definitely the kind of Alfredo that has been made with, cream, which isn't really authentic. But I don't care. It's still really good. Giuseppe's, I can just tell they make their own Alfredo, and it really couldn't be simpler. I mean, frankly, making Alfredo sauce is actually pretty simple to do. It's just Parmesan cheese, butter, and pasta water. That's it. And Giuseppe's is the first place I've been to where I can tell they do it that way. Which, it's a satisfying dish, but also a very light dish as well, which is really good. So, I've had that, and just because I was thinking of Liv's, the one time I went to Giuseppe's, I got the shrimp scampi, which, I mean, it may not be as good as Liv's, but I tell you what, if Liv's is like a score of 100, Giuseppe's is a 98. That's how good this is. Totally recommend the shrimp scampi. Then again, okay, full stop. I've been trying to find the perfect shrimp scampi, or something that's equal or greater than Liv's. I've yet to find anything. Although I've come close. And Giuseppe's is very, very close. Other notable places that have come close is the seafood scampi from the Switzerland Inn. The shrimp scampi, anything shrimp scampi style from Union Block Italian Bistro, that's up there. Back when Sorges was open, I would have told you that the shrimp scampi there was really good. Rest in peace, Sorges. Yeah. Still haven't found anything that's as good as the shrimp scampi at Liv's. However, the shrimp scampi at Giuseppe's is close, as well as what I got last night, which is now my new official go-to. I got the pasta pescatore, which, aside from the pasta being cooked to a perfect al dente, this was some of the most perfectly cooked seafood I've ever eaten. The mussels in it were really tender. The shrimp were firm but not too firm. Calamari was cooked perfectly. The clams were good. Oh my God. This might be my new favorite pasta dish of all time. And it's from Giuseppe's. That's awesome. So again, shout out to Giuseppe's. As well, shout out to the staff at Giuseppe's too. They're friendly and accommodating. As well as the people at the Last Stand. Giuseppe's and the Last Stand, both the service and the staff there are friendly and accommodating. So shout out to both places. After I parted ways with my dad, I then went to Illegal Tap House to see Blue Eyed Soul, which I saw the night before. But having the opportunity to see Blue Eyed Soul 2 nights in a row, how could I say no to that? And little would I know, the owner of the events at the Federal Building, which is where Illegal Tap House is, was celebrating her birthday. And she booked Blue Eyed Soul for this reason. Which, I mean, I know it can be rather inapropos to crash a party, but this is one party I'm glad I crashed. Because this was the best party I've been to in a while, man. Whew! I mean, you booked Blue Eyed Soul for your birthday? That's awesome. I mean, technically her birthday's not until this upcoming Thursday, but she booked it, last night. And it's Blue Eyed Soul. Blue Eyed Soul's awesome. And not to mention, I got to meet the lead singer of Blue Eyed Soul. She's already a really good singer and dancer, but she's super awesome and friendly. It's super nice. Yeah, I got to meet the lead singer of Blue Eyed Soul. It's only February 1st. And it's already off to a great start. I really don't know Well, here's the thing. Pretty obvious, I added February 1st to my list of the best days of 2025. And not to mention, I was able to check off 2 items off my bucket list. Well, technically, one item I checked off was eat ice cream for breakfast on National Eat Ice Cream for Breakfast Day. The other was I added another check mark to seeing Blue-Eyed Soul. I've now seen Blue-Eyed Soul twice, so I added another check mark. As I was on my way home last night, as well as preparing for this video, a thought occurred to me. There is a chance where, come December 31st, I will have checked off every item off my 2025 bucket list. And I could still not be satisfied. Which, yeah, that could totally happen. But just because I wouldn't be satisfied, that doesn't mean I'd be disappointed or mad. Far from it. At the end of the day, at the end of the year, if I check off every item off my bucket list, be it whether it's an item I have or an item I have yet to add to the list, I know I'm going to be happy I did it because I had goals for this year and I would have achieved them. And I can't be mad about that. Although, if checking every item off my bucket list involves having days like yesterday, not only am I not going to be mad, but there's no way I'm not going to be satisfied. Because yesterday was a great day. So, to the good folks over at The Last Stand, Giuseppe's, and Illegal Tap House, the owner of the Vincent Farrell Building celebrating your birthday, and the amazing band that is Blue-Eyed Soul. Thank you for making yesterday freaking awesome for me. And again, support local. Every single person and place I went to yesterday and saw were all local. Not to mention, including seeing Claudia Hoyser on Friday night, as well as Blue-Eyed Soul on Friday night, as well as seeing Blue-Eyed Soul again last night. That's 3 concerts in the span of 2 days. Not to mention, both acts feature female lead singers. Just throwing that out there. So yeah, yesterday was awesome. I mean, frankly, considering that the Super Bowl is not today, it's next week, I really don't expect anything great to happen today, and that's fine. Don't force great things to happen. Just take things as they are. And if the car accident I got to on Friday is any indication, it's, even when trying to do the things I set out to do and accomplishing those things, bad things are going to happen. But that's life. There's got to be a yin and yang to it. And now that I know that stuff like that can happen, I know stuff like that can happen, but it just doesn't happen enough for me to, really take heed on that. But now that I know that something like a car accident can happen, I definitely know to be more respectful of the process. Not that I wasn't respectful of the process, but now I know better going forward. And honestly, the best thing you can learn, whether something good or bad happens, is you can take what happened and learn from it. And honestly, over the span of this weekend, as well as this year so far, I've learned a lot. And I hope to continue that going forward. I hope you'll like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow on social media. As always, I'm very humble to make this video for all you guys who watch and enjoy for today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And remember, if anything you guys want to talk to the channel, always be here to lend you. Always here back. Take care and make good choices. 607 on day, baby. And once again, happy Sunday.